Hello everybody, this is Negative Light here, making my first video on the journey to making a new type of redstone computer. This type of redstone computer will be able to be used in Minecraft survival. Its goal is not necessarily speed, but efficiency on like the components it uses, and obviously I do want it to be relatively fast and capable of maybe storing a couple programs, if you will, on there, but mostly for running farms. But to start, we're going to do a quick review over Redstone for those of you who maybe don't know how it works and maybe just want to use this as a chance to get started. So, first off, there are two forms of there are a couple forms that Redstone comes in. So you have the simple dot, which cannot be directly placed. You gotta place a redstone, and then you gotta right-click on it. Okay. Just keep on doing that, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Well, it's not my side. Never mind. Don't worry about that. Okay, so you got the redstone dot, the redstone cross, and then you got the redstone line. I have an example of each of these and kind of how that works. Now, basically how redstone works in from 1.16 up is if a redstone dust is pointing into a block, it will be hard powered. And any hard power block can also power the blocks. Can soft power the blocks beside it, but soft power blocks cannot power blocks beyond that. So basically, by this redstone dust powering this little wool block here, it can power all three of these redstone lamps beside it. But these redstone lamps, since they're not powered by any form of redstone dust, cannot power any blocks next to them. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Now, the application of the dot and dash cannot be seen here, where we can basically use that as a form of switch, right? I can turn on and off, and on and off, and on and off. And now how I'm powering this is currently using a redstone torch. We'll get to that a little bit further down. Yeah, right here. Okay. Now, the redstone line has some little quirks. Obviously, you can split it off into multiple branches, and the same rule applies. If it is not pointing into the block, it will not show. Now, you'll notice that this one right here is not connected right there, and I think there's a trick. If I pop that, no, never mind. There's sometimes tricks that you can use to get them to point into blocks they normally wouldn't. Currently, I don't know of any off the top of my head. I should look into that. That might be another video in and of itself with some little fun tricks that I've discovered as I learn. And again, this is only like my third YouTube video, y'all, so this is probably rather cringy as well. Now, this also has the application. So this is something you could not do before, or rather, wouldn't happen in 1.15 below. Is if you flip this switch on and off, this little gate here wouldn't actually activate, but because now how redstone works is based off the direction it's pointing, these gates will open and close. For those of you who are redstoners and have been working with it, you probably already know this, but you may want to just kind of work on your machines a little bit, try to fix them up so that this doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay. Now, redstone's signal starts at a strength of 15. Okay, and you can see that on the right-hand side of the screen here, with this component power, which is 15. Now it's 14, 13, 12. And this is where a redstone repeater can come in. This will increase the signal strength back up to 15, allowing it to drop back. The redstone repeater can also be used to add a delay into a circuit. So that would mean that if I were to add let's just say up to 4 ticks here, I can flip this switch, and 4 ticks later that turns on. The minimum is 1 tick delay, 1 redstone tick. 2 is 2 redstone ticks, 3 redstone ticks, 4 redstone ticks. And there are 4 redstone ticks per game tick, I believe. No, 2 redstone ticks per game tick. Yeah. So redstone does not update as frequently as your game itself. Redstone repeaters do hard power any block that's directly connected to, so same rule applies. The wall right here is powered, but the But these ones are only soft powered, meaning they cannot power any blocks connected to them. Okay, and now we go to the redstone torch. The redstone torch is honestly the most useful component to redstone for redstone circuits, because it works like a simple NOT gate. So you'll notice my lever right here is off. Okay, and we can just show that by putting a dust right there, right? It's off, now it's on, off, on. But you'll notice that this dust up here is not. That redstone dot up there is not the same. And that's because how a redstone torch works is that if it is on a powered block, it is off. And if it's on an unpowered block, it's on. Redstone torches can power any redstone, dust, or repeater that's beside them, or any other redstone components. But it only soft powers the redstone components that are beside it. So you'll notice right here, these are only soft powered. Okay? They also power the block directly above it. So if I were to put that there, and that can also be transmitted upward. You can see how this can easily be scaled up to make a upward redstone signal. One catch is that this has a 1 tick delay. So if we were to just have a bunch of these tower up, for every torch you have, you're going to have a 1 tick delay between per torch. You're going to have a 1 tick delay from when you flip this switch and your contraption that might be way up here is going to actually turn on. And now we move on to how you can power your redstone devices. So we'll start with this redstone block, which I'm going to grab a fresh one, just so we can more easily access it. So the redstone block will power is basically just a movable power source. It works like any old block in Minecraft. It can be pushed and pulled by pistons. It does not power piston when it's on its face. So we got some pistons right here. Boom. See? Leave that there. So this will do that, and it works like the torch in that it only soft powers the redstone components adjacent to it. So again, if you want to use a redstone lamp, obviously you could use the block, and the block itself is soft powered, and I believe that means that you can't take a repeater output from it, but you can take a repeater output directly from the block. Okay, next we have the buttons. So you have stone and wood. So a stone button and a wood button vary only in the amount of time that they are powered for. So you'll notice pow, pow. See? So you'll notice there is a slight difference. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so, as you can see, that is pretty much the major difference. Obviously, I believe these are burnable, and those are not. And then we have the pressure plates. So we have stone and wood. So these all work if a player stands on them. These back two do work a little bit differently. But look at the wooden one when I put an item on it. You'll notice that both of the corners that it's connected to turn on, because that turns on. If I do it with the stone, nothing, nada, zip, zero, doesn't activate. Stone buttons will only activate if a mob or player stands directly on top of it. Now there is the gold and the iron pressure plate, and these, basically, I believe the iron will only output a level 1 output. I have, I believe, 3 chickens on here, and as you can see, there's only a level 1 output. This is useful for if you just want to see if something is on there, while the gold will actually count. So there are 2 chickens on here. If you look really closely, you can kind of tell by how the wings are flapping. You'll notice there's a redstone output too. If I kind of try to squeeze my little bum on there, okay, this is not helping. Okay, if I try to squeeze my little bum on there, see 3, okay, and then if I do the same with the iron, notice it's still 1. So it does not matter how many mobs are on an iron plate, it will always output a 1. And then if you have let's say up to 15 mobs on a gold, it's going to output a strength of 15. And the final method of powering redstone blocks is the daylight sensor. Now, the daylight sensor has two modes, day and night. Basically, these are inverses of each other. So day, obviously, will detect when it's day, and night will detect when it is night. And this does have a signal strength. So, for instance, and that will change depending on the time of day. So, if I were to say do /time at 100 seconds, see, now it's a signal strength of 12. And if I did that again, we go to 14. If I did it again, we go up to 15, and then it's going to drop back down over time. See how that kind of works? So, yeah, signal strength based on the current time of day. Also works with night, obviously, just in the opposite direction. So that is how you can get input into your redstone circuits. And if you guys would love to see more information on these, there will be more information on. I will maybe make some more videos. If you guys would like, and if you'd like to see that content, please like and subscribe so that I can continue making videos just like this. Well, not just like this. Now, there's one last component that we're not going to talk about today. That's major, and that is the redstone comparator. And it's a little complex, and I believe that deserves its own video because it has addition and subtraction features. And then there is one last new one that we're going to talk with this guy over here. Just trust me, that will make sense in just a moment. That is another method. This is the target block. Basically, the closer to the center you are, the stronger the signal strength output will be. So dead on the center, you're going to get output strength 15, and then further out it gets smaller and smaller. But for now, we're going to talk about the piston. There are two types of pistons. There is the sticky and the non-sticky. So if I put a block on a sticky piston, I power it, it's going to go in and out. And then if I put a block on a non-sticky piston, it's going to go out, but it's never going to come back in. Now, you can kind of simulate some odd things when you use an observer, which is another method of powering. The observer detects block updates. So if I place a block here, then you're going to get a signal strength. Then you're going to get an output. So, boop. Oh, wait. Let me grab some dust. Boop, boop, beep. And this is actually a fun way to make a short little clock, because now that's like a one tick pulse, and it's going to keep on pulsing forever, basically. And yeah, that's how an observer works. Now, if you connected an observer into, so that it would power this piston here, we can go boop, and you'll notice that the sticky piston just spat out its block. That's the result of a one tick pulse. That's something kind of unique. I don't know if it's a bug or not. It might be, but you can just power it again and it'll reset. Again, these normal pistons, you would have to put another piston over here to push it back into place. Okay. Now the next interactable redstone block is the dropper. This will drop any item inside of it in its item form. So you'll notice in here, I can keep on pressing this button forever, and it's gonna drop in its item form. It will not like dispense a bucket or use shears or anything like that. Unlike its counterpart, the dispenser. And here you notice how you just built a simple circuit to again display how a redstone torch works. So I press this button, it's going to activate, and then this guy does not have anything in it. Well, if we put a block in here, right, just a single block, it's going to just spit out the block. Boop. But if I were to, per se, put some fireworks, boop, it's going to go and hit my little target here. And this is a great time to display the usefulness of the target block. So, just pow. Okay, and we just watch this guy. You'll notice it was in a strength 11. Then I press that again, and strength 11, 12, and 13. See? And that's pretty much how the target block works. Now, the dispenser can use any of the following items. So we have the firework and the fire charge. And you can kind of see that right here. If I just swap the fire charge out, this one's kind of fun because it can't explode or set things on fire. It can set things on fire, and these are flammable. I'm a genius, man. I'm a genius at destroying my own things. Okay. Water and lava buckets, just places them right there. Any type of splash or lingering potion, so anything that can be thrown, basically. Shears in flint and steel, obviously with those same functionalities. So if you want to, for instance, make a sheep farm, this is an excellent tool that was just recently added in the last few updates, actually, that has made sheep farming very possible. It can shoot out any type of arrow, including arrows with potions. Again, flint and steel, same blocks on fires, good for automated nether portals. Eggs, it can spit out any type of egg, actually. So if I were to go to my creative inventory, miscellaneous, and were to get, let's go with a bee spawn egg. I just plopped a bee right in here. I can press this button and boop, there's a bee. Yep, there's a bee. And obviously this works for normal chickens. And then we have the snowball. And if I grab some, and this just works like the normal projectile. Now there is faster ways to pop this out. Yeah, so see, I did destroy my stuff. That's wonderful. Just clicking this button. Okay. So that's pretty much a basic introduction to Redstone and how Redstone does work. If you guys have any questions, I would love to see them down in the comments. I might be playing with some of the video editing as well, maybe trying to add some music in the background this time. That's kind of my current focus, is the editing side of my video making. I might be seeking some help from just some family friends and stuff to see how I can improve a little bit more. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Negative Light signing out, and I hope you have a wonderful day, y'all.